and welcome to the East Daily Download. My name is Mark. I'll be your tour guide on this adventure across the East. Thank you so much for joining us today. It is Tuesday. We are happy you are with us. We're back in Studio E today after being out at Granger Stadium yesterday, and that was an awesome experience. We're going to have a lot more from our time with the Down East Wood Ducks throughout the course of this week, including showing you the first pitch. But that's later in the week, so stay tuned for that. First, I want to tell you how you can find the show. We are at WNCT.com. Use the East Daily Download tab. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all the usual suspects when it comes to social media, and use the hashtag East Daily Download. You can also email us at download@WNCT.com. We'd love to hear from you. Okay, so I mentioned we have a huge show for you today. First thing I want to tell you about, we're going to go, this week's Living Local, we're going to go to Bertie County for Bertie County Peanuts. That place is amazing, so you'll enjoy that. We have this really cool story about a guy who uses a hoverboard that he created to go over the English Channel. It's a really cool video. I've got part 2 of my 5-part interview where I sit down with Director of Marketing Alexa Kay from the Down East Wood Ducks to talk about the front office in minor league baseball. It's really kind of interesting. Also, and first, before we get to any of that stuff, we are going to give you a very special edition of Down Eats. How special? Well, we did it at historic Granger Stadium with the Down East Wood Ducks in the concession stand, showing you how food is made for a baseball game. Let's eat.
We have 3 concession stands here. We prepare all the food for the fans that come in. The cool thing about minor league baseball is that we try to keep it simple. We have the hamburgers, we have the hot dogs, we have barbecue sandwiches for Eastern North Carolina. We also try to implement some of the stuff that we get from the big leagues from our parent company. So we'll bring in the foot-long chili cheese dogs, the chicken and waffle sandwich, funnel cake fries. So we do a lot of things here, and we're able to try some things that maybe you couldn't do at some of the larger ballparks, and just kind of see how they are as a test for other markets. So we had over 3,000 people on July 3rd. So it can get kind of hectic and crazy and hot, especially here in Eastern North Carolina. But yeah, we feed multiple thousands most nights. I think the biggest thing for us is the people we see. Being in a small community, we see people on a nightly basis, season ticket holders once a week, but they'll come and you'll see a family at the picnic table, and they're enjoying pizza and some of the items that you can't get anywhere else. I mean, they're enjoying the chili cheese foot dog. A 7-year-old kid is trying to conquer that. So I think you see a lot of things that you cannot see anywhere else unless you come out here to the ballpark. And then it's the things like peanuts and cotton candy and things that kind of bring the generations together. And you'll hear the dads telling the sons about how when they used to come out and see the Indians play, 20 or 30 years ago. So it kind of brings those generations together. One, I love sports, and I am lucky enough to work in an environment where I get to come to a baseball stadium every day. So that is super exciting. I mean, that is great. But I mean, I've worked in the food industry all my life. I've been doing it for 20 years. And this is the first time where I can kind of bring some of my loves together. Bring the food, we bring the sports together. And it's just a different environment. Working in the restaurant industry all these years, it's nice, but just to be able to see the interaction with the players and the fans and the promotional team and the mascot and things like that, just really makes it worth the while. The big thing here is that Kinston is a very tight-knit community, so I think it's awesome that we could come back here 3 years ago and offer something for not only the fans to come in, but offer an opportunity to employ some of the people here in the community and really create some job growth for them. And just kind of bring in some new and exciting things for the city of Kinston.
Now downloading Tech Beat Tuesday.
As you gear up to root for your favorite football team this season, there's some tech that could make it easier to follow the game. Here are some recommendations. For watching games on the go, try downloading the NFL app for live action, highlights, and breaking news. And for all of those fans who take their love of the game to the next level by playing fantasy football, the NFL also has its own app for that. The NFL Fantasy Football app is a free download and offers player news and stats. Create and manage your own league with friends or join a public one, but you can manage it all through the app. Also, don't forget you can always ask your smart speaker like the Amazon Echo Dot or the Google Home Mini for scores and updates on your favorite team. And of course, a serious NFL fan is going to want the best possible screen to watch every minute of the action. CNET editors recommend the LG OLED B8p as a set that offers superior picture. Starting at $2,300, it doesn't come cheap, but will make every play and replay so worth it.
Hey, welcome back to the East Daily Download here on East North Carolina CW. Thank you so much for joining us on this Tuesday. Hope you have a great day and it's off to a great start. We have a lot to come still. We're going to go to Bertie County for a Living Local at Bertie County Peanuts. That place is amazing. We also have some really cool video of a guy who built a hoverboard and went over the English Channel. You have to check this out. But first, I have part 2 of the interview where I got to sit down with Director of Marketing Alexa Kay from the Down East Wood Ducks. We go over a lot of topics. Today we're going to focus on the front office of minor league baseball. Let's hear what she has to say. How did you actually come to be the Director of Marketing for the Down East Wood Ducks?
So that's kind of a funny story. I interned for the Patriots in Boston.
Okay.
For Gillette Stadium. I did customer service, which everybody has to do at some point, but I did that, and I had a contact with the Red Sox who then sent me to, it's like all about who you know.
Yeah, exactly.
But sent me to somebody I knew with the Rangers, and they were starting this team in Kinston, and they were like, well, why don't we bring you out and see if you, like, give you a little bit of the details, what we're going to be doing. I'm from outside Atlanta,
okay,
so it wasn't that far of a drive. It was like 8 hours. So I came out, and I was like, this is the smallest, cutest town ever. And I interviewed, and the stadium was not, like, nobody had been here in over 10 years.
Yeah.
So the field looked pristine because Steven still was keeping that under control. But, like, the front office was half the size it was. There was no third base concession stand.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, gosh. So what do you want me to do? And Wade told me everything, and I was like, okay, I can totally do this. Like, this is, like, my thing.
You willed it into being.
Right. And I didn't really know what all it entailed. And then I went back home and I thought about it, and they offered me the job, and I moved out here in January. And it was a lot. And in minor league baseball, you wear a lot of different hats. So it's like, yes, I do marketing, but then you also run social media, and you're going to be the face of this. Oh, and by the way, you're also going to be the on-field host. And I was like,
so does that a lot?
Okay.
So that evolves. Obviously,
Yes.
the job has evolved since then. Tell me what the front office looks like. What's the composition? How big is the staff?
Well, it's very small.
Okay.
For the operation that we're running, we have about 7 people, sometimes 8. Baseball is a pretty much male-dominated sport.
Right.
There's one other female in the front office. It's myself and Janelle Bullock, who's our AGM and our Director of Operations. So it's different just because I think that this sport as a whole is really growing, and you see more females in baseball now, like ever. I've never seen this many. So I think that's incredible, and like I have so many role models now with the Rangers, because the Rangers organization promotes that a lot, and they have a ton of females in their offices and in front of their camera and behind the scenes. And so I think that we're growing, but there's only 2 of us up there. But we definitely even out the ratio.
No, I got you.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. It only encourages them.
Carmen Yeager is spending part of her summer in front of a computer, but she's not watching videos, she's learning how to create them.
If I go to a normal camp, it's just having fun, but if I come here, I'm learning while I'm having fun too.
This is YouTube Camp. The week-long course teaches kids how to shoot, edit, and post a video on YouTube.
Hey guys, it's Silly Sally and Awkward Brother.
Carmen is using what she's learned to make videos with her brother.
Like even getting to like 10 subscribers would be, I'd be really happy about.
A recent survey found 29% of kids want to be a YouTuber or vlogger when they grow up, more than a professional athlete, musician, or astronaut. One reason why? Some kids are making millions on YouTube.
Ryan.
Forbes says last year, Ryan of Ryan Toys Review raked in $22 million.
It's been very popular.
Jamie Smith is with ID Tech. The company offers tech programs at about 150 locations in the US, UK, and Asia. She says campers are learning more than just how to be a YouTube star.
we're teaching life skills at summer camp, like, you know, how to work together in a team and how to collaborate and understand how to give and receive feedback.
There's a fade effect here.
Julian Polycarp wants to be a gamecaster like the ones he sees on YouTube. The most popular personality, PewDiePie,
is this a secret room?
Has nearly 100 million subscribers who watch his commentary on video games.
I guess my main goal is just gain a pretty good follower, subscriber base, hopefully maybe make a little bit of money off of it.
Julian sees his work at this camp as the first step to online success. Tom Hansen, CBS News, New York.
Hey, welcome back to the East Daily Download here in Eastern North Carolina, CW. Thank you so much for joining us today. Quick reminder, you can find the show at WNCT.com under the East Daily Download tab. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and use the hashtag East Daily Download. Now, still to come, we are going to go with Living Local to Bertie County to try Bertie County peanuts. I think you're going to like that. It's great stuff. Also coming up in just a second, we're going to show you this cool video I mentioned about the guy on the hoverboard over the English Channel. But first, we have Eye on Entertainment. Let's find out what's going on in the world of E.T.
America's favorite genie is back. Barbara Eden was at the Hollywood Museum for the opening of an exhibit featuring items from her hit show, I Dream of Jeannie. Fans can see her iconic genie costume, but for Eden, the bottle is the star attraction.
It was the smoke bottle, and they would put the little pellets in it to make the smoke come out. It isn't as pretty as a lot of the others because it's been around the block, you know, but I love it dearly.
Eden starred with Larry Hagman in the 1960s comedy. The show was canceled in 1970. In the inspirational film The Overcomer, a winning basketball coach finds himself without a team after his town's largest employer closes and employees leave. John Harrison, played by the movie's co-creator Alex Kendrick, takes on coaching the cross-country team with its solo runner who has asthma. The unlikely coach and the runner learn what they're made of.
A sense of identity and worth is not dependent on changing things. It's dependent on the fact that God loves me, made me, and wants a relationship with me.
The Overcomer hits theaters Friday. And get ready for a double dose of Paul Rudd. Rudd will star in the upcoming comedy Living with Yourself. The series centers on a man struggling in life. He undergoes a spa treatment and is replaced by a new version of himself. Living with Yourself comes to Netflix in October. That's Your Eye on Entertainment. Nichelle Medina, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Anticipation was in the air, literally, as Frankie Zapata took off from a French coastal town on Sunday with a crowd watching below. The French inventor was equipped with three things: a small backpack carrying kerosene, his hoverboard powered by 5 small jet engines, and determination to make this crossing a successful one.
Just to see him in the distance with my little binoculars was just amazing.
It was really high tech. It was amazing.
The former jet ski champion first dazzled crowds when he flew during Bastille Day celebrations in Paris. About 2 weeks ago, Zapata tried making the 21-mile journey across the English Channel for the first time. He fell into the sea after missing the refueling platform mounted on a boat, but he made adjustments for the second attempt, using a slightly different route and a larger refueling platform. After 22 minutes traveling at speeds of up to 106 miles per hour, Zapata successfully landed on Britain's southern coast. His wife, who was on the French side, waited for the phone call to tell her he made it. She's not the only one to let her emotions show. My dreams came true. So much emotion. I really pushed it. It was hard. Zapata says it's unclear what the hoverboard might be used for in the future, but the sky is the limit. Cindy Palm, CBS News, London.
Depending on how many calories you take in before a workout, your body will require additional energy from what was already supplied. For this example, we'll pretend that you're an average 180-pound male. Let's say that for lunch you went out to eat at your favorite restaurant and ordered 500 calories worth of food. In being that you are responsible and followed the rules, you waited an extra 30 minutes to partake in your afternoon swim. If you swim at an average pace for about an hour, you'll burn roughly 500 calories. But today you felt super motivated and wanted to double that. This means that you burned an estimated 1,000 calories that afternoon. 500 from what you already ate and an extra 500 from your body's fat reserve source. Now, there are other parameters that contribute to fat loss, but at its most basic form, the equation's pretty simple. Just know that energy in subtracted from the energy you exerted equals the amount of fat that you're going to lose. Now, don't get discouraged if you don't burn 1 pound of fat per day, as 1 pound of fat equates to 3,500 calories, or if you use my previous example, 7 hours worth of swimming. With the East Daily Download, I'm Marquise Meadam.
The East Daily Download is all about you. It's about local stories featuring local businesses. If you or your business would like to be featured, contact the sales team at WNCT. And be sure to watch new episodes weekday mornings at 7 on Eastern North Carolina CW. Now downloading Living Local.
For 100 years, a family business in Bertie County has been specializing in one thing: peanuts. Bertie County Peanuts has been purchasing peanuts since 1919, which turned into something much more.
As we brought the peanuts in from harvest, my grandfather especially, Jack Powell Sr., called him Papa Jack. He would cook the peanuts for the farmers, and over the years they really liked his recipe and the way he cooked them. And that just kind of gave us the idea of beginning to package and sell those products.
Peanuts might be small, but the harvesting process is mighty. It can take anywhere from 4 to 6 months before they're ready for retail. The peanuts are harvested, graded, cleaned, and packaged before making it to the shelves for sale. And just like many farmers in Eastern North Carolina right now, this dry, hot weather is having an impact on harvesting.
Definitely need some rain. They're beginning to stress a little bit under the sun, under the heat and lack of rain.
Bertie County Peanuts' best seller is their blistered fried peanuts, but they have plenty of options to choose from. This ranges from ghost pepper peanuts to peanut brittle. And this peanut store has some exciting news for peanut lovers.
We're coming out with 3 new products within the next month. We're going to have a dill pickle. We're going to have a chipotle ranch, which is going to go back under the old name of Red Hot Hexalina. And we're also going to be adding Redskins as well.
So this is how it all went down. When I was a kid, my mom would always say, "Kelly, you talk to everybody. It's like every day is the Kelly Clarkson show." Then the other day, I'm in the studio asking a lot of questions, and my engineer says, "What is this, like the Kelly Clarkson show?" Then I'm at a play date with a super cool mom says, "You should totally have a show." And I'm like, "Shut up," but in like a nice way. And then her daughter, who's like the cutest thing ever, says, "It's like there's always been a Kelly Clarkson show, but now it's on TV." And I'm like, totally.
The Kelly Clarkson Show.
Trying to save money on your cell phone bill? Think about finding a cell phone family to join. The Wall Street Journal reports family plans are growing in popularity among non-family groups. That could be networks of friends, neighbors, roommates, maybe even coworkers. The survey from financial services firm Cowen found the majority of American cell phone users are on a family plan of some sort, and the savings of the plans can be substantial. If you have 4 lines on a plan, each person could save as much as $35. And family plans with even 2 people can offer savings of $10 per person. A couple of tips for how to make a family plan work with non-family members. Make sure you have one person who is the administrator of the plan to keep track of the charges. And sharing a spreadsheet can help members track expenses and communicate with one another when the bill arrives. Make sure you pay on time so you can keep enjoying the savings that comes along with the plan. For more tips on putting together a successful family plan, check out the full article at the Journal's website, WSJ.com.
Roanoke Electric is restoring the power in stages throughout the night, and the cooling center will be open as long as they need to the public.
Aboard Camp Lejeune, Marines wear many hats, no matter whether it's on land or on sea. They continue to build their skills through training, ready to be called into action.
The state of Alabama has just passed a near-all ban on abortion. I spoke to several people here in Greenville about could or should something like that happen in North Carolina.
For more of these stories, visit us on our website at WNCT.com.
Well, that'll do it for this episode of the East Daily Download. As you saw, this is World Suicide Prevention Day. We do ask, and you can see the information here on the screen, if you or someone you know is in need of help, please contact them. That will do it for this episode. As I mentioned, we will be back here tomorrow with more stuff from the Down East Wood Ducks. We look forward to seeing you then. As always, you can watch this show or any of the shows at WNCT.com under the East Daily Download tab and use the hashtag East Daily Download on social media. We will see you tomorrow. Thanks a lot, everybody. Wednesday, when we hit the road on the next edition of the East Daily Download. 10 p.m. anchor Angie Casada will answer your questions in this week's Q&A with AQ. We'll have a new Ion Entertainment. Also, we'll have part 3 of our interview with Alexa Kay of the Down East Wood Ducks, and WNCT-9 First Alert Chief Meteorologist Jerry Jackson will introduce you to this week's Weather Kid. So join us on Wednesday for an all-new The East Daily Download on Eastern North Carolina's CW.